Hello! So, today for our Wheelside chat, we're going to do a little reminiscing. So, we happened to mention last week that we started this whole full-time RVing thing about 4 years ago. And so, I want to catch up with you guys a little bit, take a look back at 2021. This is when we first bought the RV. It was a little Jayco J-Flight 19BH. It was a 2009. Just a little 22-foot pull behind. And we did our shakedown and then did a couple of trips to get it under our belts. First went to North Carolina. Spent about a week there. Then we went to do a little boondocking, but it didn't work out. So we pretty much figured out that if we're going to be going anywhere, we're not going to be boondocking for a long time, at least not with that particular rig. And then fast forward to the end of July, we sell the house and we go full time. Let me tell you, going full-time in that little thing, needless to say, it was very different. We were barely able to take very much with us just because we didn't have any room. We had that thing basically packed to the brim with all the stuff that we were taking out of the house. Thankfully, the ones who bought it were starting up a family, so they could actually use some of the furniture that we did leave behind. So I'm glad that got put to good use. So then we go out to another trip out to New York, and then off we go out to the Midwest. Take care of some business out there. Have some fun seeing some of the sights, the Missouri River, go out to Custer State Park, try to take a scenic way, end up with a roadblock, and then we have to go through the Badlands. That was certainly an interesting time. Then a little trip down to Missouri, and then over to Florida, where pretty much we had the highlight of 2021, which was to go see the Inspiration 4 launch on one of our days off for work camping. Let me tell you, if you've never been to a launch, try to go to one. They launch from 3 places in this country. You got Cape Canaveral in Florida, you got Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. It might be a little tough to get to because it is an Air Force base. And then lately they've been doing a few launches in Starbase, Texas, which is just outside of Brownsville near the Mexican border. It does not compare to watching a live stream or on a television. Now, thankfully, SpaceX has pretty much made it so that they do a couple of launches every few weeks. So you're better off to be able to go see one instead of during the shuttle days where their launches were few and far between and there was always a high chance of a scrub. Well, needless to say, our work camping gig in Florida didn't quite work out, so we ended up going over to Arkansas to, believe it or not, work at a storage facility, of all things. And that really led to our lives getting good. You're going to find out more about that once we get to reminiscing about 2022. But until that time, I want to encourage you to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Maybe subscribe to our blog at freedomrolling.com, where you can read a little bit more about all of this. And be sure, until next time, to follow your internal compass.